Okay, in this portion of our video, we are going to be finishing up row 7 and beginning row 8. Alrighty, and you should be, let me get this out of the way and bring our bag, all of our stuff into view here. But you should start to see your pattern coming along, similar to this, I hope. And see the design that's happening here. And we are, like I said, we're finishing up row 7, and just as in the previous rows, we are not going to do the last stitch in row 7, which is, no, I'm sorry, we are going to do the last 2 stitches. We're going to leave one out in this section. Instead of doing 4 here, we're only going to do 3. Alrighty. Um, we're just moving it over a little bit so that we get the full effect of the diagonals. We want to make sure that we leave them in there. So we'll leave out one in this section here. Alrighty. So that's what we're going to do. So let's change colors. I've got a little bit of slack going on here. Let me clean this up here, because I can't tell you how many times I've tried to do this video and sometimes it just doesn't want to work for me. Or my equipment doesn't want to work for me. I should put it that way. My equipment has been a problem, but hopefully I have it done now. I have it right, and hopefully this will work for us. So instead of doing 4 of the lighter pink, or it's actually salmon, we're going to do 3. Ooh. And then we're going to change colors back to our orchid. That is the technical name, or the given name for this color is orchid. Let's fix that. Today's going to be an all thumbs day, I guess. Okay, let's tighten up the salmon. And I don't know if you're able to begin to follow what we're doing with the pattern here, but for our diagonal lines in the orchid, or the darker color here, it's on this direction, it's always starting one before the other one, so we're always putting it in this spot here, okay, instead of in here. And then we're adding stitches in here in the center to make that a little bit wider, which is going to carry this line. You'll do two of the orchids, one in this stitch and one in this stitch. So it's gradually increasing by 1 on either side, and that's how we're going to get our effect. And I see some yellow showing through here, so I'm going to pull on that yellow, get any slack out of there. Okay, let's continue on here. And from now on, I would imagine that the videos are going to be a lot shorter, because I don't have as much information that I need to share with you, because you should be getting the hang of this. So most of the videos are just going to be ending the row and beginning the next one. And then if you have any questions, of course, give a yell, and we will see what we can do to fix that problem. So, okay, let me go back to the pattern here so I can show you instead of just going on. We are beginning row 8. All right, so we did these last, oops, you're not seeing it, these last 2 here on 7. All right, and then we're going to start 8. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It should be 2, 3. Yes, 3. Is that right? It should be 4, I would think. No, it should be 4. Let me see. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let's see what we're doing here. Oh, yeah. It's 4. Yeah. I'm looking at the pattern but not seeing that I already did the color change. So we're putting 4 of the salmon in here. That's where our stitch marker was. So sometimes you can work right into that stitch, sometimes you can't. But that's where our 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, pull up our next color. I'm going to do 2 of the orchid. 1 and 2. I want to give a little tug on our carrying threads here. Just a little tug there. Like I said before, you don't want to pull too much on your last color, which would have been the salmon or the lighter pink. If you pull too much on that, you're going to lose that part of the stitch. Okay, and if you pull too much on the yellow in this case, then you're going to be cinching up the side of your bag, and you really want it to be looking like that when you, and what you can do is when you do each round, and this is what I do, and I know I showed it before, but I just want to stress this a little bit. But what I do is I usually hold on tight at the beginning of the row, and then just kind of grab this firmly and travel around, holding tight here and holding tight here, and it kind of forms that whole. You don't want to be stretching it, you just want to make sure that things are spaced out pretty nice and neat so that your rows are all standing on top of each other, your stitches are all standing on top of each other, and your bag's not going all wavy. It might look pretty good now, but you really have to keep an eye on it as you go on, because it can get out of hand real fast and real bad. So, all right, so, and you're just going to keep continuing on with the pattern. And I must have switched my stuff around here. There we go. I think we're a little better off here. I just, sometimes when I'm moving a lot of stuff, I twist my work. No, I did it the wrong way. We're going to straighten this out. See, can you see that twist? And this because I've been moving my stuff around. If you're just crocheting along, you shouldn't have this problem. But we don't want to get extra twists in there and extra bulk. But see, now when we carry up, everything's lined up better. So, but we need the lighter. The salmon here is our next color that we're changing to. Tighten this up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, oops, didn't get all that thread there, 3, oh, I'm sorry, this should only be 2. I'm getting way ahead of myself here. That should only be 2. Okay, look, we can look at the pattern here. Okay, in our pattern we have 2 here. Or, yeah, this is where we are. Oh, that's row 7. We're here. Okay. So, and we're actually doing the same count as we did in row 7. It's just the opposite, where you had 2, or you had 4 of the salmon. Here you're doing 2, and here where you had 2 of the salmon, you're doing 4 in row 8. So it's just kind of switching. So the count's the same, it's just in a different position. Alrighty. So here we are. We're doing our color change. We did our color. We did 1 color change. We did our 2 salmon. We're moving on to our orchid. I'm going to do 2 of orchid. 1, 2. Back to salmon. Okay. And then we're going to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got to, oops, change back to our orchid. And you're not really getting the full benefit of our little device that we have over here right now, but I'm kind of thinking in our next bag we're going to be using maybe 5 colors. And when you got 5 colors and you're trying to keep it all organized and you want to move along because you're going to be better at it by then, this will come in a lot handier. And of course we'd have to add, we only got 4 straws here, or 4 compartments on our device, so we'd have to add an additional one, but it's going to be a lot easier to draw up. I would rather draw from a close area than to have all of my skeins spaced out in a box, and to be, it's just my preference. I like to be able to, normally when I do this, I am sitting in a chair in my living room, being nice and comfy, and I like to kind of sit it on my lap or on the arm of the chair, and like to have it nice and close to me. So I'm just drawing up, just pick it up, draw it up, and change the color, grab it, draw it up. And see, as you can see, like here, it's just putting everything right into place. But if you're not drawing from here, from our source, and you keep changing colors up here, you're going to get a big mess. And you're going to get really frustrated because it's not going to look nice in the back. And you're going to have more difficulty. So you're going to want to go. And if you don't want to use this, that's fine. I just strongly suggested it in the beginning because you're learning, and I think it makes it easier. Some people prefer just to have their stuff in a box and to be constantly drawing from that, but I like to have it in close proximity. Some people even move their skeins around. I just think it's a little more work than we need to do, and so that's why I suggested this. So when we do our next one, you can do what you want. But I'm going to continue using this until I come up with something else. So I didn't catch all the thread on that, so I'm going to take that out and redo it. But I'm going to be back after I finish, or when I'm at the end of row 8. We'll finish off row 8 and begin row 9. And for most of the videos, from now on until we get further into things, it's just going to be short. I'm going to try to keep it short. I know I'm boring you with a lot of stuff, but I think I want to teach you all the little details because they make a difference. So we'll try to keep it shorter from now on, and you progress at your own pace. The videos are going to be there. I know I have made some changes where I've combined some things and stuff, but it's all there in some form or another. All right, it's all on the YouTube channel. So continue on, enjoy your pattern, keep up your count, keep up your stitch formation, and you'll be doing good. I'll see you in a few minutes.